There's never a clean way to do a fade out. Welcome to another FlagrantWeeaboo stream. I might as well get straight to it. PS4 on. I believe I left a like hibernation state. So the game should just fire up where it was. Depending on whether the console turned itself off or not. How are we for lighting? Hey, Barney. Should remember exactly where I was. Yeah. Nice. Cool beans. Right. Volume was fine while watching yesterday, but the VOD came across a little bit loud, so I'm just going to adjust the game volume just a little. You drink whiskey, huh? I drank a little bit too much recently. And I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night. I don't really want to talk about it. To a certain extent, I'm not at liberty to talk about it. But I'm looking to just have some quality time with Kamen Rider today and take my mind off all the other things. Search for the voice to unlock the door. Ah, high jump. It's forcing me into, like, a very direct path. The comparison I made yesterday that this is kind of like Final Fantasy 13, I think is a really astute observation. Because it is a whole way RPG, like FF13 is. Very much a whole way RPG. I appreciate the straightforwardness of it though. Like the other game we've got on the go at the moment, Yakuza, is very open, a big city that you can roam around freely. This works as nice punctuation. It's a very linear game, at least so far. It might open up at some point. Do you ever play any tabletop RPGs? No, I'm not really much of a tabletop kind of guy. If I got into a tabletop game, I'd probably only play it so I could make and paint my own figures. I was thinking about how the world needs a magical girl tabletop if there isn't one yet. You know, like, I'm talking crossover of different, like, magical girl genres, Japanese magical girl shows. I'm pitching it to any company that wants to make figurines that we can make and paint of anime girls for an anime tabletop game. I'm pitching it right now. Games Workshop, get on that. We don't need that. We do! Magical Girl Warhammer, come on. Oh, dude. Magical Girl Warhammer would be insane! Games Workshop, please! Make it happen.
カザリ、なんでお前がここに？さあ、僕のメダル返してもらうよ。
That would be awful. There was an episode of Sonic Boom where they had an equivalent. It was like Fuzzy Puppies. And it was a collectible board game, tabletop RPG, where the characters were all little puppies. As it turns out, the evil Dr. Eggman was a Fuzzy Puppies player who was into his fuzzy puppies. Get the feeling I might need to take armor attack up into this fight, because this guy isn't really presenting much of a vulnerable state. I'll figure it out. There we go, that's a vulnerable state. That's the first one I've seen. I haven't even got any health off this guy yet. Am I going to get my first death? Is that really going to happen? D&D and Call of Cthulhu. See, Dungeons and Dragons. Goblins and Grottos. Okay, I got this guy's pattern down now. He's tricky. Like, I can't even do anything about him while he's got the whirlwinds out. I don't even know if my health bar goes full red. Is that it? Is that death? Yeah. I think that might be my first death. Wow. At least they let me return to before the battle, and better yet, unlike Yakuza, it doesn't punish me for doing it. This is immediately better. Right, I want to put armor attack small onto O's. If there's another skill I can unlock for O's. Gata Kariba. That's the form I'm using at the moment, isn't it? Would I be better off using a rider that I'm good with? Can I change my rider at this time? I can change my rider at this time. But O's is the highest level, definitely. Biggest damage dealer is double, and I'm better with double, but... Let's stick with O's, because that's who they've set me as for this fight. I'm aware of the Cthulhu mythos, but I'm not familiar with the Call of Cthulhu tabletop. Kyrian or Goldman? Well, I'm only familiar with those names out of the House of the Dead, so if you're asking me about the House of the Dead, I think Goldman is a more entertaining scientist, but Kyrian was definitely more talented as a scientist. If you're talking about the House of the Dead, of course. Because it was Kyrian who developed Magician, not Goldman. If those names originate from Cthulhu mythos, then that's some pretty cool inspiration for the House of the Dead. Still getting my butt kicked by this guy. Ah! That tornado is the worst thing, because it lasts forever. Alright. I wonder where the name Kyrian came from. Maybe they just picked it because it sounded cool. I am curious if that's ever been explained. Because I know the games were like influenced by a manga, I can't remember the name of it. There was like a detective manga that influenced House of the Dead's development and story, but I can't remember the name of it. Yo, Jub! Welcome. It's one of the, like, Sega vintage interviews from, like, that short moment when Sega was filling their HD remasters with that stuff. He makes all the change disappear from your pockets! Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if that's why they called him that. That's funny. That's very funny. I kind of hope that's the real reason for his name. Because otherwise it'd be quite disappointing in retrospect if it wasn't. Oh, that's so stupid! No! No armor break! No armor break! Bad! 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 No! Oh, that's so fucking stupid! The battles in this game are great. I feel an immense anger. It's fantastic. Fucking hate this. Oh, I'm forced to be O's right now. Okay. Okay, I'm forced to be O's. Right. Would be nice if I had access to my DLC boosters, but they still haven't patched the game to support them. They broke their day one DLC. That should give you an idea of how poor a publishing job Bandai Namco did on this. This game's fantastic. I'm loving every second of it. It'll never get a release outside of Japan and Asia, but hey, the fact that they released an English language version in Asia is amazing, and I love Bandai Namco for that. They do that so much, and it's much appreciated. Wow, phase 1 down, and I got this much health remaining. Okay, this might be the time I do it. Just need one more armor break and I've done it. Those tornadoes need to last for less time. They really make fighting this guy kind of difficult. Okay. Yes, named after tarot cards. Yay, enemy codes that I can't spend on anything because I don't have anything to spend them on. Ooh, we've unlocked a new form. Because we've got 2 new medals. Ozu! As opposed to Oizo! It's too early in the day for that. Yes, collect the medals, damn it. Unlock the next special power. Well, I'm sure a lot of fiction has taken its inspiration from those old stories because there's no copyright on them. Whoa! Whoa! Sonic's a hedgehog, eh? Do the Naruto run and everything. That's fantastic. And I've got claws for days. Oh, I'm not going to struggle to get double S ranks on fights with this, am I? Whee! Yes, Evangelion takes a lot of inspiration from old religious texts. Who is Ryuko? Isn't Ryuko the main character in Kill la Kill? Are you talking about who's in the chat box behind the text? Oh, yeah, Ryuko is the main character of Kill la Kill. The character behind the chat is Dot from the Animaniacs reboot, where she looks quite a bit like Ryuko Matoi. I still haven't seen Kill la Kill, because it's still too expensive to buy. The Blu-ray is still ridiculously expensive. But I did play through If this year. That was quite interesting. Especially as someone who knew nothing about Kill la Kill, trying to follow what was going on in If was kind of difficult. I'd love to watch through it though. Maybe if they release an Essentials reprint of it, like they've been doing for a few things. Oh, you know what, Barney? That reminds us of today's sponsor. Me, because I don't have any sponsors. What, were you expecting NordVPN? Defo 1 for the bucket list. Oh, that depressing, is it? This chat is sponsored by Kellogg's, Jello, sponsored by Crystal Pepsi, sponsored by Rockstar Tropical Guava. That'd be nice. Get in touch. Dragon Soup. Fun fact, I've tried to track down Dragon Soup since. After the initial batch that my local newsagents got in, they didn't order any more. I kind of wanted more Dragon Soup. Knowing full well what it did to me, I kind of wanted to get some more, and I couldn't. So Dragon Soup is just a fleeting memory. So fleeting it's forever burned into a VOD. I guess I'm still forced into, yeah. I wonder if there'll be a point where it opens up and I can beat whoever I like. Under a different name, yeah, could do. Because, I mean, the combination itself is incredibly dangerous. Guava, caffeine, taurine, alcohol, all in one. It's practically asking for health troubles. I'm surprised they were even allowed to create and sell that drink in the first place. Because it's promoting alcohol abuse, really. A drink like Dragon Soup. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a health issue that led to them no longer being available for sale. I could believe that. There is a restaurant in Japan that cooks its food in a hot spring. Oh! Oh, yes. That sounds like good fun. Yeah, hot springs food. Sounds great. Where do I sign? Would I visit? Heck yeah, would I visit? I'd stay there. I'd never fucking come back. I'd never come back! I'd go there for 2 weeks and come back 8 years later. Probably costs extra if the spring was recently occupied. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Having your food cooked in hot spring water that's, you know, had cute Japanese ladies soaking themselves in it. Am I gonna have to cut stuff out of today's stream as well? Let's not have to do that. The VOD for yesterday isn't even up yet because of the changes I've had to make and things I've had to cut out from yesterday. Woo! I want to see that 10th floor arcade. 10th floor arcade. Holy shit. I've been to like a 4th floor arcade, and I thought that was crazy cool. A 10th floor arcade. Oh man. I could live in a 10th floor arcade. There was a 4th floor arcade in London once, called the Trocadero, and that place was crazy, man. It was huge. Arcade machines as far as the eye can see, but they shut it down like in the 2010s. I'm not sure why. Maybe just arcades weren't making the same kind of bank, maybe. But I miss that place. Do you think you could survive the Curian Mansion? Well, if not, I'd just become a zombie and then hopefully I'd get overlooked because Logan and G go a different way through the mansion. There's no way I'd survive in the Kyrian Mansion. I'd meet the same fate as Sophie. I'd just be minding my own business, and then a little winged bat comes along and picks me up. Suffer like G did? Is that a question? No? Then why did the sentence end with your voice going up in pitch? Gary? What, in like House of the Dead? Who the fuck was Gary? Which House of the Dead was Gary? House of the Dead 2? Oh, yeah! The guy you only ever meet injured. He doesn't set a good first impression. Oh wait, no. Oh no, Gary, the second playable character. I'm thinking of G, who's injured. Like floppy 90s boy band haircut Gary. Yeah. I only ever played as James. Because James was the real Chad. I know, unpopular opinion. My favourite main character in the House of the Dead series is what's her face from House of the Dead 4. The name escapes me. The blonde-haired lady that wears red. Forgotten her name. Maybe because she's got blonde hair and she wears red. I could look it up. Presumably the rest of the AMS agents had a nice, happy retirement with a king's pension. Element Hunter. What does that do? Energy element acquisition. Does it like increase the number of green diamonds? When did James die? Was it James in House of the Dead 4 who like got swallowed by the world when they sealed the world? That was him, wasn't it? That was James. Yeah. Well, we don't know for a fact he's dead. They've just never brought him back. I mean, for all we know, he's still fighting the world wherever it got sealed. He could very well still be alive somewhere. I just don't think they've ever explored it. He didn't so much blow himself up, because there's no way blowing up the world would have killed him. It sort of teleported him and the world. And the ground, because it left a clear spherical hole. Which means it must have been him, the world, and that chunk of ground getting sent or transported somewhere. Through the means of that explosive. I don't think he's dead. I think they're waiting for an opportunity to bring him back. But, I just wish they fucking released Scarlet Dawn in some form, like, for home consoles. Because arcades are dead. You know? Nobody's going to be going to an arcade anyway, thanks to Flu No What. So I'm saying Sega needs to release, even if it's just on the Switch with, you know, crappy RF motion controls, just give us Scarlet Dawn, for fuck's sake. I want to play it. And it's got What's-Her-Face in it. The one I like from House of the Dead 4. I'm gonna kick myself when I see her name. Kate Green, yeah. Kick myself. Oh god, I've just seen what she looks like in Scarlet Dawn. Talk about a glow up. She already looked great in House of the Dead 4, but wow. She's wearing like a Cheong Sam. That's amazing. She's wearing a China dress in Scarlet Dawn. Why? In what way is a China dress suitable for zombie fighting? In what universe is that adequate protection? Oh, it just makes me want to play Scarlet Dawn even more now. Knowing what she looks like in Scarlet Dawn. She looks amazing. Definitely a glow up on House of the Dead 4. But we all know that 13-year-olds in anime look like 26-year-olds. Especially in JoJo. Hey, I'm Koichi, I'm 14 or whatever, and you look at him and you're like, you're way too buff. You got way too much muscle. Like classic Jonathan Joestar with his he's basically made of muscle. There is no one his age that looks like that. Anime's weird like that. You got shows like Lucky Star where the cast is essentially 18 and up, but they're drawn in a super deformed style. I'm sure they'll go after the terminology super deformed soon, I'm sure. It stars James's brother. Let me have a look. House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn. Ryan Taylor. Oh. Okay, cool. New character. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that guy. Come on, Sega, release a home version of this already so I could just play it 1,000 times. Like I have the other House of the Deads. Please. Please, release Scarlet Dawn on consoles. Please. It's built with Unreal Engine 4! Oh, come on! Porting it will be like... Porting it will be like... Click, 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 done. Okay, maybe I'm underestimating it a little, but like... If it's Unreal Engine, it's already going to scale nicely to whatever hardware you run it on. It will scale up or down according to the system or console. The Switch runs Unreal Engine 4 natively, so come on. What's the excuse, Sega? Give us Scarlet Dawn. Please. You know what, while you're at it, where's Yakuza 3, 4, and 5 for PC? Where's Ishin and Kenzan? Hold on. I'm starting to sound like one of those fans, aren't I? No, I haven't seen a Scarlet Dawn cabinet, because, you know, I've never had an opportunity to go to the arcade, at least not in my neck of the woods. And even if I did, they'd have old House of the Dead games. Like, you tend to see a lot of House of the Dead 2 and 3 around. Scarlet Dawn cabinet. Oh, it's like a little love shack that you climb into. I like the zombie hands poking out. That's kind of fun. I can see why a lot of places then wouldn't have Scarlet Dawn, because could you imagine the size of that machine and factoring it in your floor plan? That's kind of cool though. Oh man. I want one. I want one. It's so cool, I want one. You know what, Sega, if you're not going to port it to modern consoles, just send me a Scarlet Dawn machine. But let me know beforehand if you're going to do it, because I'll need to, like, empty my entire bedroom so I can fit it in. It wouldn't fit in this room. But send me one anyway, I'll, like, rent a storage container to put it in. That's one sweet cabinet. Oh, he gave the name of his bad guy away. That was easy. So the bad guy's name is Meizu. Oh, is that a stand? He's got a turtle stand. Turtle yummy! It's time to fight something yummy. Is the turtle called yummy because turtle soup is yummy? Probably. I've not had turtle soup. I'm not an asshole. I just remember Shredder wanting some. He's like, tonight I dine on turtle food. Tonight I dine on dragon soup. This isn't really a good room to be fighting this guy in. Honestly, this is kind of a bad room for this. Who's the coolest cat? Cool cat. Cool cat is not the coolest cat. Coolest cat? Like, in fiction? I don't know, I think Yoruichi's pretty cool. And Keroberos is pretty awesome. Oh gosh. This combat's really starting to pick up now. I love how he's like, you should never, ever react to bullies because it's what they want. And then he's like, wah, you be shitty to me, I'll write a nasty email. Like, he doesn't even follow his own advice. How old is Cool Cat? As old as the person in the suit. And we don't actually know who's in the suit, do we? Rah! This arena is nasty. For fighting a boss like this arena is nasty. How old is Cool Cat? Young enough to get bullied by kids, but old enough to know better.
制御ユニット、こんなところまで持ってきてたのか。元に戻すの大変だぞ。
The Sagor's Whore. I like this form. Stop unequipping this form. It's great. So what does that mean? I have no idea. I thought I sounded smart, but I did not.
オーズもよくやったぜ。怪人もやっつけたんだろ。でもガメルの方は逃がしてしまって。
ガメル。
まだその辺にいるかも。つまり危機に陥るかもしれないという僕の予測が当たっていたというわけだ。愛の言うこともいいけど、僕の言うことも聞いた方がいいと思うよ、翔太郎。なんだ、今日はやけに絡むじゃねえか。やれやれ。アイダ博士の行動履歴が出ました。近くの端末を操作した形跡があります。
Wait, Professor Ida is a lady? Oh, I care about finding her now. I just automatically assumed it was a guy.
この端末ですね。アクセスします。ちょうどアイダ博士が操作している時間に追加された画像がありますね。
これはウテラ、トリケラ、ティラノ、恐竜のコアメダルじゃないか。なんだそれ、強いのか。強いも何も、一歩間違えれば暴走して手がつけられなくなる。
Yo, Matsu, how's it going?
そんなものが。
はいどこで撮影したかわかるか
画像データに保存されている
GPS tag in the metadata. Now you see, you should really clear your metadata out before you start sharing photos on the internet, mate. You horny bastard. Guilty.
そう考えると納得がいくね。じゃあ早速行ってみよう。
Don't you know
そ
it?
れが下水道へ行くにはまだセキュリティレベルが高く
You have migraine. Shouldn't have drank all that dragon soup.
残るエリアは浄水施設エリアですね。
仕方ね
That's unfortunate. I hope it clears up for you. Drink lots of water if you can. Well, I have 0 health. How far away is the heal? Computer. I'm just gonna wing it. There's bound to be a box or something I could break. I had 1 Copperberg. With a meal. Okay, it's not the alcohol doing that then. That's... Did you sleep well? Did you have a lot on your mind? I had a lot on my mind last night. There was something that I suspected to be true, and I had confirmation of it yesterday. And, yeah. In the late evening. And that kind of affected my sleep. I don't want to talk about it, and I'm not really at liberty to talk about it. But it affected my ability to sleep last night. I can afford the next upgrade, can't I now?
私にお任せください。
No, I'm 120. Enemy code's off. The next battle will do it. I think the original Half-Life 1 models are more iconic. I mean, I like the weapon models I like the HD weapon models, but I prefer the original character models, absolutely. The HD character models look better, like, from a technical point of view. They have more polygons and shit, but there's a great deal of style difference in the models. If the new models looked more like the old ones... Oh, so maybe you slept too much. That probably means you needed the sleep. He wants me to play as him. Okay, that's cool. It's about time I did some fighting as double. I haven't had much of an opportunity to. The game's sort of forced O's on me for a while. Do you think it's the air freshener giving you a migraine? Yo, hello Beans, how's it going? I don't actually like this form much more. This one's okay. Hey Escape, have you managed to snag a new console? No. I'm waiting for a good reason to snag a new console to present itself. I'm not against getting them, I just need a good reason. Yes, you went with the PS5. I take it you just have more PlayStation games? Because really, the only reason to get one of the next-gen consoles right now is to play games that you already own, but better. There aren't really that many great exclusives for either console, and the Series X won't have any exclusives for a year? Unless a publisher specifically decides to make an exclusive. It won't have a first-party exclusive for a year, that's for sure. Because Microsoft is looking to make games playable across the whole Xbox family, which is probably what's causing the slowdown with Halo. It's certainly what caused the slowdown with Cyberpunk, was trying to get the game running on everything. I'm looking forward to that in December. If it comes out. Yes, the new God of War. We don't really know much about it, though. All that we saw was a logo reveal. So even if I decide to get the new PlayStation to play the new God of War, it'll be a while before I have to worry about that. Because the game is a while away yet. And in the meantime, that gives me plenty of opportunity to play the last God of War. Boy! That sounds about right. Once the initial PS5 ownership period has passed and people are buying the console as part of the January sales, that's probably when we'll see more info on that God of War. Combat system in this is so good. So satisfying. So nice. So fluid. It helps to break up the sort of pseudo turn-based gameplay of Yakuza, like a dragon. This is good for interspersing. Very different kind of game.
るもんなら止めてみな。どうだ。
At this point, I'm not sure if I would want to grab the Xbox at this point or the PlayStation. I don't approve of Sony's puritanical stance on Japanese video games. That would certainly factor into my decision. But then again, I have way more interesting Japanese and Asian games in my backlog for PlayStation. And provided my Asian titles would run on a PlayStation 5, I'd probably just get a PS5 to play the games like this. And Yokai Watch 4 and all the other Asian games that I have waiting to do. Wow. I didn't know about that. Well, a lot of fiction is influenced by real things. For example, as Draven pointed out during Yakuza Like a Dragon, there was a company waiting for old people to die so they could swoop in and steal their pensions. So there's, you know, real life events do influence fiction. There's a belief that a piece of fiction can never truly be imagined. There will always be elements of the author's experiences in the fiction somewhere. No matter how hard they might try to cover it up, there will always be very clear influence from the author in any one piece of work. Nothing is truly imagined from scratch. Yeah. So real-life events influence fiction a lot. Because mankind, as much as they would like to think that they've got strong imaginations, a lot of fiction comes from just making connections between things that we know and experience. I was reading up yesterday on a technique for learning more about things. I can't remember the name of the technique. It was like the Feynman technique or something. But it was the idea that if you think you know something well, try explaining it to an 8-year-old. So get a piece of paper and start writing down everything you know about a subject in as simple terms as possible. And when you struggle to explain something in the most simple terms, that's when you know that it's something you don't actually know that much about. So you make a note of that, and then you go and you read up and study on that. Apparently that's a really good technique for learning stuff, because it forces you to think about things in the most simple terms possible, to try and explain things in the most simple terms possible. I kind of feel like if I'm gonna learn a language, yes, the feynman technique, I think, yeah. So I think if I'm going to learn Japanese, maybe I need to approach it less from a memorizing characters, which I will need to do, of course, but less from a memorizing characters point of view, and instead an understanding why those characters, you know? Because I can look at hiragana and I can memorize hiragana, but the hiragana shapes, they make no fucking sense. Why is that a curve? Why does that squiggle? Why does that look like that? Why does this look like this? You look at them and you're like, what do these shapes mean? I know what the shapes sound like. I know which shapes form which words, but why do they form these words? I think if I approach learning Japanese from that way, and I sort of understand the logic behind the language, I think I would be able to pick it up a lot easier. I wonder if anybody's written a Japanese language book that approaches the language learning in that way. In a way that actually incorporates this feynman technique. Or whatever the fuck it was called. Well, the English language, because I've grown up with the English language, I know the rules of the English language, and which rules also don't make any sense and have exceptions. Language is complicated. But, you know, I can understand the base of a word because I understand the Latin or Germanic root of the word in the English language. So I can say that this word is probably about this because it contains these Latin elements. I imagine that there's probably some way to explain away things in the English language as well. In the Japanese language, sorry, with that kind of logic, like... So you spend enemy codes to get enemy codes. That makes perfect sense. Am I currently using attack up large? Okay. Gonna notice enemies take a longer time to kill now. I think understanding the root of a Japanese word, knowing that this hiragana means this, I think I'd pick up words a bit better. Because there's no way the language is as random as it appears, right? No language is random. Hodgepodge, yes, but random, no. There's always a way to explain something. And if I pick up on that, I'll probably pick up on the language better. I dread learning about honorifics. Like, one would argue in modern day, would you really need the most formal of honorifics? You know, I'm not going to meet the Emperor of Japan, am I? So I don't need to, like, practice royal honorifics. Hey, I know someone named King Johnson. King Johnson. What a name. Literally King Dick. Well, is he?
水位が下がります。通路を探して先へ進みましょう。
Is he a King Dick? Lord Schlong? Prince PP? that's human. Oh right, okay.
ありました。
Maybe not then. Till the 1900s. Well, katakana's a fun one, isn't it? Because that's another whole bunch of symbols that you have to know, plus the kanji.
敵の接近を
As
探
you
知し
say.
ました。致死性のウイルス反応あり。
この反応は君のものだったか。バイラストーパント。以前戦った
Virus Dopant.
傷ついた人間の精神エネルギーと同化した悲しい敵だった。こいつは別物みたいだね。
フィリップ、行くぜ。
Yeah, like the King of Fighters is a lady, isn't she? King? God, she's so good. Fucking hell. It's on the floor and it's hurting me. That tactic's not gonna work. What's with this Mega Man music? Well, there's the argument that you can learn Japanese from anime, and there's even books based around, you know, helping you learn Japanese through anime. But here's the thing. Japanese people don't speak like characters do in anime. The Japanese language isn't actually like that. You don't walk into a room and go, "Ohayou gozaimasu!" Not unless you want to get looked at like a fucking idiot. King's great. I got all the time in the world for King. Strong ladies in that series, though. I think I'm more like, I guess I'm more of a Shermie guy. It's the one with the whip. Mature. Yeah. Mature and Shermie. Alright.
ウイルスの原因があいつだったと。ほっとくと島中の水が汚染されるところだったぜ。ドーパントを次々
Leona's good too, but even though she's only been in like one of them, because she's been in Metal Slug, I automatically just associate Leona with Metal Slug.
よし、進むとするか。
Speaking of lesser known King of Fighters characters, there's Mignon from, what was that weird crappy 3D King of Fighters game? Does Mignon look nice? Does Mignon look nice? Ugh. Mignon. I hate Mignon so much.
S 移動エリアへのゲートが開放されました。
It's like maximum impact
よか
or
った
something.
先へ行こ
11:50 a.m. and I am now hungry.
わからないので注意が。
う先に何があるかしっかり探知できないのかい
You probably didn't hear that, but there was a scream outside my window.
私もデータを把握していません。
まだ愛を疑ってるのかフィリップ。
翔太郎君は用心という言葉を知らないのかいもう二人ともいつまでやってんの今はこの島の危機を救う方が先決だろ
ごちゃごちゃうるせえ。行くぞフィリップ。
行こ
What was that heal point? Does Mignon look nice? I can't heal. Okay. I'm not concerned about getting through this fight without scratch, but if I have to fight anyone tougher, I might have a problem. This game doesn't really have much in the way of like items you can pick up and use between fights. If it had like healing items I could pick up and use, that'd be cool. Blue Mary. Oh yeah, she's good. Blue Mary who wears no blue. Is it because her eyes are blue? I can't remember why she's called Blue Mary. She's she is aesthetically pleasing, yes. Oh god. I've got no health.
敵の反応が大きく強力です。注意してください。
Hold on, I'm starting to make a connection here. Is this Kamen Rider Souls? I don't want to be that guy who says Memory of Heroes is the Dark Souls of Kamen Rider, but like the whole lock-on fighting style like this, limited health options. This is like baby's first Dark Souls, isn't it? I'm making some connections here. Yeah. It's a little bit, isn't it? It's not quite because it plays way too fast. But the lock-on combat like this is, and the dodging is, yeah. Maybe I should give the Dark Souls series another chance. I think my mistake the last time I went to play it was I was letting people backseat tell me exactly where to go, giving me all the strategies. And then when I wasn't playing it the way people liked, it was just... It was kind of... It just got kind of messy. Undertale was the same. No, no, you're doing it wrong. Oh, you shouldn't fight people. You should spare them all. Oh, you already fought one person, so you can't get the best ending. It's like, oh, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! So in the end, I just didn't go back to Undertale, and the same thing happened with Dark Souls. I just didn't go back to Dark Souls. An experience like that can just put me off a game. Same happened with Cuphead as well. How did I change my Candroid? I tried playing the original Dark Souls. You should go this way, don't go that way. No, go to Undeadburg first. What's the boss I stopped on? I think I was on like a bridge and there was a beast with like horns and I had to climb up a tower and drop down onto its head to inflict any damage. That boss was just... I think I did beat that boss. But not without getting very angry. You found a Ski Mask song that samples the South Park opening. Like, come on down, South Park, on our South time. Yeah? Well, Primus are fun. You can probably get a lot of decent samples out of Primus. Joker! Yeah, I'll just not take any backseating, basically, if I give it another shot. I'm not against giving it another shot.
Yes. 완료다.
What, the red light, green light? I got the keys, baby. Put your mind at ease, baby. Yeah, maybe. Red light, green light. You know I'm down and ready to go. God, that's such a good song. I gotta listen to that later. That'll be in my head all day. Tell you something I've noticed in this that I didn't notice in Dark Souls. These enemies flash when they're about to attack, which makes it much easier to know when to dodge. Runs back. Heals again. More Kekko Kamen Rider, huh? And you've been doing some grinding on Yakuza. Nice. If you can get the invested vagabonds not to run away, they're definitely the best way to gain experience in Yakuza. I want more ranged weapons. This game needs Estus flasks. Where's my Estus flask? Joker! Can someone explain why I feel the need to make 5 cups of tea? Are you making tea for 5 people? Otherwise, I can't explain why you feel the need to make 5. You're making tea for 5 people. Maybe that's why you need to make 5. You are the only one in the house. Then I would recommend making 1 cup of tea. Heal. It's a tea party. For you and the ghosts. Oh yeah. It's still Halloween, baby. Spooky streams never ended. Alright, so you're not actually putting like 5 cups out on the counter and making 5 whole cups of tea. I have a memory of watching Naruto with my brother, and just every time an episode ended, I'm like, cup of tea? He's like, yeah! Having a cup of tea every episode.
先に進む方法を探しましょう。
わかった。ここはやるしかない。
はい。私にお任せください。
No, not double. O's. Yeah, it became a ritual just to have a cup of tea between every Naruto episode. It's like whenever Harmonia came on, it's like, okay, it's time to make a cup of tea. Telepathy! Cup of tea! Yeah. It's good though. I remember that pretty fondly. Philippe! Yeah, got through the tea very quick. Right, that change means that just that rider now has his health full. I figured it out now. The way to not die is to switch between the 3 riders, Joker, Double, and O's. That's why there's no healing items, because the rider you're not using heals itself over time. The latest No More Heroes 3 trailer looked awesome. I have not seen any new trailer for that game. The last footage I saw of that game was in that Nintendo partner showcase in November. What is this one? If there's been a trailer since, I haven't seen it. I'm trying to go into that game somewhat blind. Just because I know I'm going to play it regardless. So I kind of don't need to see the trailer, because I know I'm buying it anyway. Season 2 of Kai on Blu-ray. Ooh. It's like a rotoscoped anime mini-movie. No, I have not. Ooh! Is the Empire striking back? Robert Atkin Downs. Fucking hell. He's just... There is no Travis touchdown but him. Oh! Can I see your passport? Pass. No, you cannot see my passport. I'm not sure why you'd want to see my passport. Anything you need to know, I can tell you. You trust me, right? Fuck Black Mesa. I'm working for Aperture Science, bitch. Yo, Mr. White. Aperture Science, bitch. No, Jesse. That was a joke, fat chance. Anyway, this cake is so delicious and moist. I must say, bonus points for being such a intense method actor. You rarely break character. It's fantastic. But Mr. White, cherry sprinkles are my favorite, bitch. It's not cherry sprinkles. It's arsenic. Games like Switch to Joker, he's got full health. So like, no. Fat chance. I have a form I enjoy playing with. It's entirely possible, Matsu. It's been the subject of quite a few sci-fi stories. The scientist who discovers something super secret and is then hunted by an organization trying to keep it a secret from the rest of the world. I was once writing a story along those lines. The idea of a secret organization designed to protect the world from things that they are completely unaware of. The organization had a motto that I'm going to share with you. Their motto was, the less the public knows about the world, the better. That was their motto. But I stopped writing it because I just stopped writing in general. I should get back to it. It was a fun story. About a guy who gets killed during an alien invasion and is resurrected by a super secret society because he was formerly like a grade A super cop. He got resurrected to become a super soldier, like RoboCop style. Hey, Draven. You know you're not allowed to admit these things. They're going to revoke your increased regeneration card. They're going to revoke your 60-20 vision. So yeah, they revived this guy as like a super agent to track down the alien invaders. It was going to be this first-person or third-person shooter where, because your character has already previously died, he gets like these spectral visions. On account of him having been previously dead. So you've got this super cop who's also got these superpowers of increased, like, senses. And it would basically be like the Far Sight from Perfect Dark, in that you'd be able to see through walls. Be able to see through walls, and it'd have like super cool spiritual powers, as well as being like this super powered robo cop. You would also be able to do crazy psychic shit. I'm not allowed to change character in the middle of a fight. I'm fucked! Come on, I wasn't even in the red box. Maybe we could figure out a way to stop paying attention to things so much that they disappear and we can see through them. What? Cases where the attentional systems in the brain aren't working properly. Ah. That was a jab at a lot of people who think ignoring something makes it go away. Well, that's what The Simpsons told them. That's what The Simpsons told them. You know, just ignore the advertising and it'll go away. Ignore the flu know what and it'll go away. Right, for this bottle, so help me God, for this battle, I'm going to increase my attack power.
どうだ？ここまでこれといった強敵。
Right, don't dodge until the last moment. Oh. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Yeah, there we go. Why am I not my favorite form? The world being a simulation is a fun one. I've toyed with that concept before. Dodge last minute. Right, shockwaves. Maybe not a dodge roll for a shockwave. Oh, come on, I dodged last second for that one. Yes! On the break. Let's do it. Defeated. Isn't the argument currently that there's not enough scientific evidence out there to disprove the theory that the world is a simulation, but there is also not enough scientific evidence out there to prove that the world is a simulation? Like, isn't it that every experiment done is inconclusive? I feel like that's always going to be the case. Because if this was a simulation, there would always be something in place to make sure you'd never know. But if it wasn't a simulation, there'd always be something in place to make sure you never know. Hold on. Doesn't that mean it is a simulation? Sagoso. Let's become Sagoso. Observe the universe from outside the universe. I am Mizur. Oh, Zeus. Zeus.
そんなまさかゼウス博士
いかにも私はゼウス。いや、今はゼウス・ドーパントが正しい。
Zeus Dopanto. I love it.
そういうことだったのか。お前は財団 X と何を企んでるんだ。
このセクターシティはもとも
Oh
と
my
財団
god.
X の施設なのさ。
It's layers within layers, and it just keeps growing. Every layer you go out is a brand new layer being created by the simulation. If that was the case, you would have to go out as many layers as possible to try and cause slowdown in the simulation to prove it's a simulation.
エヴァだって。
おっと、少し饒舌になりすぎたかもしれないな。
おいゼウス、アイダ博士は今どこにいる。
アイダ。アイダの名前をなぜお前たちが知っている。
it's a fun thing to explore, isn't
ま
it?
ずこちらの質問に答えたまえ。
Sunday morning philosophy.
まあいいさ。
ゼウス博士、一体なぜこんなことを。
Well, since the first time I put on the Quest headset, I can never be sure that I ever took that headset off. And that's a scary thought.
ここまで研究は順調に進んできた。多大な犠牲
How am I ever sure that any time I take that headset off, I've ever truly taken it
さ
off?
らに増えるだろう。邪魔するなら君たちも加わってもらうよ。
Creepy, isn't it? Creepy!
待て、逃げる気か。
待て!
先を急がないと。
Whoa! That never even occurred to me. It's level of detail. You put the glasses on to increase the LOD
まずやる
model.
ことがあるだろう。今この状況の原因がゼウス博士であることがはっきりしたんだぞ。
How can you be sure anything you've done in the past was actually done?
どんな罠が仕掛けられてるか。
確かにそうだ。しかしフィリップ、ゼウスの言うことが正しいとは限らねえ。それに俺はもう愛の
Kamen Rider plus philosophy. Sunday mornings at FlagrantWeeaboo.
もういい。勝手にしたまえ。僕は僕で少し一人で調べさせてもらうよ。
おいフィリップ。
Flip!
くそ、フィリップ。
Flippu has left us. Sagoso! Might as well use him then.
わかった。ここはやるしかない。
Kamen Rider and philosophy. I have a Kamen Rider that has a block. Wow. That is fucking news to me.
Sumane. あいつは悪いやつじゃねえんだが、一度怒ると手がつけられね
え。でもそれだけ翔太郎さんのことを心配してるんじゃないかな。
ああ、 分かってるんだが
怒り怒るのも無理はありません。私は翔太郎さんたちのお役に立ちたいと思ってますが、案内した進路は敵ばかり。
Kung Fu Panda and
フィリップさんの
philosophy.
反応の方が普通です。
確かに翔太郎さんの判断ってちょ
No.
っと変わってるよな。
Just
でも
no.
わかるな、翔太郎さんの勘ってやつ。
翔太郎さんの影響で私の行動予測もなんだか楽観的になってきたみたいです。くよくよしても仕方ないので前に進みましょう。
Peppa Pig and philosophy.
行こう。
Everyone talks about Peppa Pig, but they never talk about the Peppa Pig jigsaw puzzle. I have a new favorite power-up. I believe I shall call Sagaso the badass motherfucker power-up. Holy cow, this is powerful. I don't even have to run away, I can just hold block. This is so powerful. It only takes a small chunk of my rider points off. My boss the other day randomly brought up that scene where Peppa's a huge bitch to her friend on the phone. This is setting a bad example to our kids, and they're all being raised with British accents. So anyway, the Peppa Pig jigsaw puzzle, you can go down to your supermarket and get this. All you have to do is buy some bacon lardons. And then you can have fun putting Peppa back together. Fun for the whole family.
準備万端だ。
わかりました。
That's reminded me of something. Yes, okay. Okay. I can't actually hear this because I don't have this as the active source.
You are my dad. You're my dad. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
You're my daddy, boogie boogie boogie, crawling in my skin. Anyway. Boogie woogie woogie.
この装置。
この先にある通路のシャッターを開くスイッチです。次のエリアへは
Waha.
その通
The
路を通って
French.
安全のためシャッター
Waha.
を一定時間で閉じるので通過するには
Oh.
高速移動手段が必要です。
高速移動手段？この辺にライドベンダーはなさそうだし。
どうやらやっとスタッグフォンが役に立つみたい。
Stugphone.
翔太郎さん？
言ったろ、いろいろ便利になるって。こいつでその高速手段ってやつを呼び出すぜ。まあ見てなって。
I feel like that advert got 2 great takes in the video we watched.
ゲート開きます。急いで。
いよいよこいつの出番だぜ。
He can call in a bike. It's a Kamen Rider game with a bike in it? Finally. Was dubbed over by Wells when he was more sober. Ah. Oh, the friend. I don't actually get to control this though. Ah.
私にお任せください。
Really? I don't even get to drive. Let's level up Joker for a bit. Because he's so weak. I haven't leveled this Kamen Rider up because I thought I'd never need him.
いらっしゃい。あなた
Oh
が来るのを
no.
待
It's
っ
a
てたわ。
boss fight.
なあ、あんた本当に若菜姫なのか。
黙りなさい。
Okay, Matsu.
無事無事。やっ。
I don't have a Peppa Pig like that, but I did make a Dora the Explorer a while back that looked like that. Do I still have her? Shift Windows key. Did I back her up? Yes, I did. So I did illustrate a Dora the Explorer like that, but not a Peppa Pig. I bet you want to see the Dora the Explorer, right? I know you want to see the Dora the Explorer. But I need you to... Okay. Anyway. I drew that a couple of years ago. I was bored. Anyway. thumbnail similar to that? I'm not sure.
終わりにするわよ。消えなさい。
Joker!
ようやく片付いたかしら。
No! It's really him!
フートの仮面ライダー。お前だけじゃない。
Who's this? Sworn to protect Futo, Kamen Rider Axel is the alter ego of Superintendent Ryu Terui of the Futo Police. He can use the engine blade to unleash a wide range of attacks. Full throttle mode uses up RP, but powers up all attacks for a limited time. I didn't even know he was a playable rider in this.
なんで私を怒らせるの？
They kept that secret. He's from Double, huh? That makes me want to watch Double. That's right, I was going to check on Nya yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. Yes, I want to know about that hybrid D-pad actually. Oh yes, I've made myself into Dora the Explorer in the past. Especially for the livestream thumbs for Journey to the Purple Planet. Might play another Dora the Explorer game someday. Oh no!
確かあいつ。左。どうやらここはとんでもないことになっている。
Very satisfying, that's what I like to hear.
お前どうしてここに？
この島のことを。
The D-pad on this, I'm using a Hori PlayStation 4 controller. D-pad on this is not very good. It's like the one on the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. In fact, I would say this is the exact same mold as the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Or maybe a Wii U one. It's not a great controller. But it was the cheapest replacement I could get, because my PlayStation 4 controller would move constantly in one direction if I touched the stick, i.e. drift, and the right trigger always thought it was being pressed down. This rider's fun to mess with.
わかりました。
That means I got another set of rider things to level up. Skill gain and all that fun. Well, better get earning them. At least now I have a reason to be earning these points. Comes with 14 days of Game Pass Ultimate. I've noticed that all the stores now are carrying the Game Pass Ultimate 1 month gift cards. I'm more interested in if they do like a year card that you can buy, because then I would just buy another year and know that I'm good till November, not next year, but the year after. Depending on whether they release a year card or not would really factor into whether or not I get an Xbox Series X or not. Oh, speaking of Game Pass Ultimate, actually, River City Girls has either been added to the pass or is about to be added to the pass. Yep, it's already there. River City Girls is on Xbox, PC, and Android. Pass. 4.9 gig. I have to remember to install it because I forgot about it. Survival mode has been unlocked. Right. It's downloading now. I'll be honest, you guys, there was never a Cyberpunk game. We just wanted to hang out with Keanu Reeves. Oh, dear. Okay. Head to the harbor sector. Move faster. What is downloading? River City Girls was just added to all 3 versions of the pass. So, I'm downloading River City Girls. Alright. I wanted to play it, but there was no way I was spending out on it. What's with the fucking sunlight behind me? It's so invasive.
しかもまたオーズに奪われたと。厄介だな。奴が強くなってしまうからね。
Try not to let it bother me. So much sunlight. How dare the sun shine! That's one benefit of living in, like, a European country where it's dark all the time, you know. At least you'd be able to control the light levels. I can float. None of that awkward sunlight getting in the way when you're trying to stream. Maybe I should move to, like, Finland. I kind of just want to move to Finland anyway, because Finland's great. Is it me, or is the game capture going all laggy and squarey? Refresh. Here's the, 637 dropped frames. Hopefully it's better now. There will be a certain degree of it, because YouTube's like, oh, we don't want you streaming it at 8K. We want you streaming at 2.5K. $713, I've dropped more frames. 730, I'm dropping frames. Like a... Is this because I've got River City Girls going? I've paused it. I've set the bitrate high so the video looks good, but YouTube hates it. YouTube's such a fusspot. Such a fusspot. Okay, I'm watching my stream back now. Everything seems quite clean and up to date. Up to speed. Whoa! Fast! Kamen Rider Axel, they're not lying. This game is fucking fantastic! Fucking love this game! It's so good! Whee! No? I'm stuck with him. Alright, with his low health. Okay. That's great. Fuck you too, video game. Welcome, Naruto Indonesia. Okay. Believe it. Well, I've got the tiniest amount of health. Time to play Kamen Souls. Dead. Mission failed. Doesn't give me a retry option. Just before battle. Health refilled! Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you! Okay, let's try it again. There we go. Much better that time. Oh, there's minor enemies too! A rider's work is never done. A rider is never truly finished. As long as there is evil, a rider may never rest. GeForce is out on iOS. Imagine using an Apple computer for anything at all, like any task. Imagine using an Apple computer to do anything. I know, right? Crazy. No one would ever be so nuts. Yes, I'm fully aware what GeForce Now is. Yes. Let's Game It Out sponsored it. Was sponsored by it, rather. In his first video on Raft. What I don't like is that it's a 1 hour session, then you have to reconnect. It's a 1 hour session, then you have to reconnect. It's like, that's so annoying. Are you enjoying this game so far, ERB? Yes. A lot. This game is great. Small price to pay for free gaming. Well, it's not free gaming. It's still games that you own. You have to link your online libraries together, and then it's only compatible games. It's not every game in your library. It's only games that have been added to the service. Working with Ryu? What's that? Bananas? This shit is bananas. What bothers me is that services like GeForce Now are trying to invalidate dedicated gaming hardware. They're trying to make gaming hardware obsolete. Now, I understand the positives for someone who has like an amazing internet connection and they don't want to set up a supercomputer. You know, I like the idea of my, you know, instant, zero latency, you know, like 1 millisecond if that. Gaming on my amazing monitor. I don't want to have to worry about my internet cutting out and me not being able to play something, you know? Don't want to have to worry about that shit. My internet could never be described as reliable. It's the nature of being served through a drop wire that goes through a fucking tree. And the council's like, oh no, we won't do anything about it. It would be a shame if somebody cut down that tree. I'd love nothing more than to be able to play the highest quality games on the highest graphic settings and not even have to break a sweat. That's why I put this amount of money into a fucking computer, so it could do that. And then there's still games like this I want to play that I can't because, well, you know, they're on a console, so I have to have a console anyway. They want me to have a streaming service as well? To stream games that I already own? I'd love fiber. Fiber would make all the difference where I am. But, no fiber. Currently using Joker, aren't I? Yeah. What do you think of the Half-Life soundtrack? It has a soundtrack. I thought the soundtrack of Half-Life was bang, 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 clank, 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 bang, bang, bang. Clonk, clonk, clonk. They'll just wait until there's some, like, really super important person in the area that needs it, and then they'll roll it out. Kind of wishing I'd become famous, so then they'd be like, I'd be like, well, I need fiber in the village. I'm the person who put the village on the map. You see, this village we live in is essentially a town in terms of size. Like, for real, we are town size, we are town capacity. But we are technically a village. And because we're technically a village, nobody cares. Despite the fact that we are constantly expanding. Housing and 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 housing everywhere. More and more people. The properties in this village are highly sought after. But because we're a village and not a town, we don't get fiber. It's so shilly. You put in fiber, you can charge people more for their internet. Companies, you could make more money. Would you like to make more money? Maybe I should write a letter to the Queen saying, Sort it out, Liz. Lisbeth! Sort it out, Lisbeth! Sort it out, Lizzie! Sort it out! Sort it out, Lizzie! Lisbeth! Write a letter to Big Arlene. Isn't that a Garfield character?
他に入る手段はある。
倉庫の中に港湾セクター全体を管理する端末があるようです。
そう。よし、行ってみよう。
This is climbing up my my Game of the Year list. It's not the best thing I've played, no, not even close, but it's climbing up there. I'm really enjoying this. Like, it's not trying to be something bigger than it is. It knows it's dumb licensed video game, and it just rolls with it. We will ensure that Matt gets a fiber connection to his village, which ought to be considered a town. Also, this year has been tough, but we're Brits, and we can get through. While one has been sitting on one's posterior doing absolutely nothing except reading one's fashion magazines, one's Victoria catalogue, one's Sears catalogue, ding! Oh no, you're in the 2%. Oh man, now what? Now what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to move. Yes! We don't deserve this kind of shabby treatment. Oh, they forced me back to this guy and I haven't got the enemy codes equipped. This is so annoying. Having to switch accelerators like this. Oh, fucking time. Switch me back to this guy. Ugh. This is so dumb. Give me 2 years and I'll be out of this house in a heartbeat. Give me 2 years, I'll get the fuck out of this home. In a heartbeat. Chip. If you're thinking of coming to England by choice, I would highly recommend you reconsider that. We're not a super secret brilliant wonderland here. This place has gone to shit, mate. Liberate tutame ex inferos, yeah? Save yourself from hell. What do you think it's like to have a head crab on your head? It probably feels quite pleasurable. So, I mean, at that point, you're already dead, right? And it's using your body to do things. So it probably activates some sort of, like, thing in your brain where, like, you don't want the head crab taken off. So it's probably, like, just flooding you full of endorphins until you're, like, an endorphin junkie lab rat human. That's probably what the head crab does. Like, just, like, injects you full of feel-good. So you don't want to lose the head crab. That's how everyone feels about everywhere. It's not odd to want to move to Japan. I can understand why people might want to move to Japan. Just remember, you know, that Japan is not an anime wonderland. There are some things that are very bad about Japan. There are some things that are very good about Japan. You're still alive during the whole process, yeah. So I imagine that you're probably feeling absolute pleasure while that head crab is on your head. It's probably like, it's probably making you feel good, so you don't want the head crab off your head. If you know what I mean. You know, like venom, that when you're injected with it, it sort of makes you feel good before you die. I think there's a venom that's kind of like that. No, when I say Japan is not an anime wonderland, what I mean is Japan is not like, I have superpowers, I'll release my limiter. Japan is, you know, full day business jobs and boredom, and it's just as grey and just as miserable as everywhere else. It's eaten one of Shotaro's gadgets. It's a giant dinosaur. Of course it is. Feel pain? I don't think so. I think those people just have no idea how good they've got it. Maximum drive! Bye-bye, Dino! Wow, that was quick. Now, as someone with an incredible work ethic, I'd probably enjoy Japan if I lived there. Because I have a strong work ethic myself. But I don't know if I could do a all-day cubicle job. That would be fucking dull. There's nobody firing actual Kamehamehas in Japan. Exactly. Someone needs to remember that if they go to Japan, they can't just go Kamehameha. Ha! It doesn't work that way. Damn straight.
倉庫に屋上から潜入する必要がある。こいつならそれができるんじゃないかと。
スパイダーショック。
こいつならお茶の子さいさいだぜ。
では早速試してみましょう。
頼んだぞ平井。
さいさいだぜ。
ひとっ走り行ってくるぜ。
When dangled, the rope can be clasped onto and climbed up to reach high places. The localization on this is really tight. Like, the translation is really good.
さあ、頼んだぜ。
This is that Batman gadget, isn't it? Bum, 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 bum. Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud in sight. Gaijin who is horrible misinformed about Japan. I heard it on the news this morn.
これはダイヤル式ロックですね。
案外近くに手がかりがあるかもしれない。探してみるか。
That's okay. I thought you were being clever because it sounded Englishy. Oh, I'm double again. I'm Joker again, which means I have to switch to the correct accelerator again because this game is stupid. There's something about we only read the first and last letter of a word, so it's no problem to read that. Something like that. Can't remember the exact claim, but it's that we don't read the entirety of a word. There's a guy local to you who thinks he's Goku. Well, he might have fallen on his head as a kid, like Goku. What if some English bloke was caught walking around in public dressed as Sailor Moon? All the claims you may have heard are false. I have not been walking around in public dressed as Sailor Moon. I know exactly who you are referring to, Sushi. Or the kind of person you're describing, rather. You're describing a British Christian, right? Like a British version of Christian. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! Attack me in a way I can dodge. Fuck! I mean, Chris-chan would probably walk around in public dressed as Sailor Moon and try to cast a Sailor Moon hex on bad guys. The Super Haruhio sisters. Sorry, your brain cell is in another asshole. That doesn't even make sense. It sounded smart, but it doesn't even make sense. What time is it? 1:18. I should probably eat something soon. Really that late in the day already? Haruhi with a mustache. What? Alright, who put the simulation on fast forward? Was it you, Big Arlene? Look, he's got the tiniest bit of health left. Game's like, he's recovered his armor. For one hit. Yeah, I'll be playing with action figures. I would, but then I'd have to take them out of their packaging, you know? Why would I take something as valuable as this out of its packaging, man? So cool. Gotta go incredibly slow, because I'm stuck in a box all day! I've actually got a Kamen Rider figurine, but I'd have to get up to grab that.
よし準備完了だ
R-A-I-T-O. R-A-I-T-O. Number of letters in the password changed. Right door.
よっしゃビンゴだぜ
Bingo da.
気を急ぎましょう。研究所のロックが解除できました。
よしそれじゃ出ていくとしようぜ
待ってください。今敵の反応があったよ
I would say it depends on the mannequin. You can get some very detailed wooden mannequins, actually. I don't like the music in this area. It's like somebody put the first second of Mr. Blue Sky on loop. Ding 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 ding. Sun is shining in the sky.
あの子に用があるんだけど。
茜姫生きていたのか
あら、プレイドールの力を忘れたの？
再生したってわけか
この無限の再生力であなたたちが死ぬまでなぶり殺してやるわ。
誰だ
Huge bokoinkers, I'm talking Hadokiri Bonkaroos.
最強ジョーカー
What?
翔太郎、電話には出るものだよ。
悪いちょっと立て込んでてな要件を言うならこっちの方が早いだろ
君はいつもピンチだね。話したいことがあったんだけど、まずはこっちに集中した方が良さそうだね。
And I don't have the right the right accelerator equipped to the right rider.
おせよ相棒
ああ、僕たちは二人で一人。だから
3D models can be action figures, right? I guess. You've got a program like X and A Lara, you could probably, oh, sorry, XPS Studios it's called now. You could probably pose a character model
お前の罪を
like an
数え
action
ろ
figure. I've used it before to make YouTube thumbnails. In some ways, when they're digital, it might mean that you can pose them more cleverly, but I don't think that's always the case. Depends on how the model is boned, or they use the terminology rigged now these days, rigged. But it used to be boned, the term. Kind of enjoy having the quick dodge, to be fair. That's kind of useful on this rider. I can't believe how much I've missed Cyclone Joker! Really makes all the difference. That said, The special type of 3D modeling. Oh, I think I know what you're referring to. Yes, there's a lot of money in that. Something I really wish I'd studied. Getting commissioned to make rigged 3D models of anime girls.
こんなこともあろうかと
That would be
で
great.
きておいたよ
Extreme memory! Ooh. This is cool. Dun 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 dun. Cyclone Joker Extreme! Kamen Rider W's most powerful form. Okay. Alright. Maybe I should pick up Maya and see if I remember anything. Start over from scratch. There are tutorials and shit for doing it. Blender. I know that Blender has improved, but like I remember using Blender when Blender was like Animator. Blender tutorials. You know what? Maybe I will. Your school is teaching Blender now. Ah. So they've actually skipped professional commercial software now. Maybe it is time for me to pick up on Blender skills. Remind myself how to 3D model. Learn with a new tool set.
やっぱり2人で1つのダブルだな。戻ってくれて助かったぜ。でもフィリップ、これでよかったのか？若菜姫はお前の家族。
翔太郎、いいんだ。僕にはもう家族がいる。フータのみんな、照井龍に飽きちゃう。そして、翔太郎、それが僕の家族さ。
嬉しいこと言うじゃねえか、相棒。
Who got cat food instead of a PS5?
あれダブルに
Soy?
なってるフィリップさんと仲直りしたんだ。
ああ、やっぱり相棒と一緒じゃなきゃな。
相棒。
フィリップ、なぜ機嫌を直したんだ？
翔太郎と別れた後、僕は僕でゼウスの目的を調べようと思って星の本棚に入ったんだ。
何か分かったのか？
ガイアメモリ、コアメダル、ネバー、コアエナジーによる3つの技術の融合、そして多くの命を犠牲にして
Sacrificing human lives to create mutants with the power to overcome even death.
そんなこと
That sounds like some good power.
それを財団 X は指示したのさ。不死身の兵士を開発するビジネスとしてね。
そんなふざけた計画絶対に止めてみせるぜ。
これ以上犠牲は出させない。
今ここにいる俺たちがやるしかない。
私も微力ながらお手伝いさせていただいてもよろしいですか？
ああ、もちろんさ、愛。
はい。君のことも星の本棚で調べさせてもらったよ。君を疑ったのは僕の間違いだ。すまなかったね。
いえ、私の方こそ疑われても仕方がない立場ですから。
結果的には今回は翔太郎の勘が正解だったってことみたいだ。
それでフィリップ、アイダ博士については何か分かったか？
アイダ博士はもともとゼウスと交流があったようだが、事故後の消息については不明だ。
そうか。まあいい。それだけ分かれば上出来さ。これでいよいよ研究施設からアイダ博士の手がかりもきっとあるはずだ。
Move to the facility entrance. Maybe switch the wrong button. Switch the accelerators around. It's what happens when there's only one accelerator you want to use, and there's 15 riders it makes you use randomly.
よし、準備完了だ。
How long have we been going? 3 hours?
ようやく研究施設に入れるぜ。
Yeah.
ここは特に警戒が厳重な区域ですね。
ここは俺たちに行かせてくれ。元はといえば最初の目的地だからな。大回りをしたもんだぜ。せっ
Okay.
セキュリティロックが解除されました。
I imagine we're gonna get our next computer right here. Yeah. Get the next computer, get the next Candroid. Save. And bring it to a close, because I'm gonna need to eat something. I'm starting to feel a little bit sick, which is what happens when, you know, it's lunchtime. I haven't eaten anything. One of the Kamen Rider Oz's Candroids. Electric eel. Oh, that's cool. Follows me.
わかりました。
It's like Pokemon. Oh, okay. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'll make the outro swift this time. No waiting around. Just go in. Okay. Until next time, eat well, sleep well, and shit well. Take care. Bye-bye.